You're basically saying that God decided to end Mr. Ibu's life because he is not a pastor. Then you ask yourself, what about Bishop Idahosa? Bishop Idahosa died at the age of 59. Ibu died at 62. Few years older than Idahosa. Hello. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. I am saddened, if I can use, not disappointed. It's sickening. It's sickening to see that some people are mocking Mr. Ibu because his life ended. Like, mocking him because his life ended. I'm talking about basically because he is not a pastor or whatever. Let me actually explain it for those that may not know who he is. Mr. Ibu is a popular Nigerian actor, a comedian, and not too long ago he became unwell. One thing led to another. They said he has high blood pressure. I'm not sure if they said he has diabetes, and I'm not even sure if he has diabetes, but somehow he ended up needing, which is why I was thinking that he has diabetes. He needed the BKA. BKA is a below knee amputation, and they had to amputate both of his legs because he was having problem with blood supply to the legs and all of that. Amputated his legs, and since then he's not really been exactly the same again. And let me say this, I always make videos in which I say that, when people die, you ask yourself, what do I take from it? What is the message I can grab? And don't forget that these people that are gone are gone. You and I are the ones that are still alive. You don't know where Mr. Ibu is now. For those that are making fun of him, I shared a story here about what I called a transition. And I said I saw heaven. You can say what you like, but it's my experience. Like, I'm not even about to let anyone dilute my experience or what I saw. When you see yours, you come and share it. I said it before, I'm not here to, make you believe or whatever. I only shared what I experienced. And I'm going back to this to say that nobody knows where Mr. Ibu is right now. You may think because he's not a pastor, he's not this and that. You may have your thinking or your reasoning around it, but you don't know. When I explained what I saw, and I called it heaven, because what I saw was heavenly. What I saw was beautiful, peaceful, joyful, everything positive. So you can't tell me it was hell. You can't. So people say maybe it was a trance, or you were dreaming, you were the medication they gave you. But I said I was in pain. I could not sleep. So I wasn't sleeping. So there was no way I could sleep through it. If I have to go by what I saw, consider the fact that Mr. Ibu knew that his health was not 100%. He had a lot of the worries about his health. There was so much going on in his life at that time that it is a possibility that he made peace with his God because he had the opportunity to. So people that are making fun of him may end up dying in a car crash, may end up dying suddenly and not getting a chance to make peace in whatever way they may have needed to make peace with God. And they sit and they make fun of this man and say some nasty things. What am I speaking about? Okay, now, eventually, for those that do not know him anyway, he ended up dying, complications, and then they said he had a cardiac arrest, and, his life ended. As a nurse, I always want to speak about the health aspect of things because never know who will grab something from it. BKA, which is the below knee amputation, it is a lot of trauma. It's a massive trauma to the body. And for someone that is overweight, it is a lot to take on. For the body to take on. Let me use the opportunity again to speak on the aspect of weight loss. Lose weight, especially as you're getting older. There are so many things that would happen to someone that is overweight and someone that is not overweight, that the person that is not overweight may scale through easier than the person that is overweight. So I'm speaking about the practical aspects as a nurse. the practical aspect of things. There are people that may still be skinny and stuff will still happen to them. I'm saying this because for someone like Mr. Ibu, who is said to already have high blood pressure, now he has below knee amputations, 2 bilateral, both legs, right? Now he's bed bound. He can't even be active. He's going to be struggling to even lose weight because now he's bed bound. He can't really do much for himself. He can't exercise by even going for a walk or whatever. So let's speak on what are the messages you can take from stuff like this. Take this from this. If you are someone that is already overweight, work towards losing all the weight. Losing the weight and be at a very healthy BMI. So I really want to emphasize on that. So coming back to what, you know, triggered this video that made me want to speak is the post that I saw, right? So this post has been going around. Let me read it to you guys, word for word, what this post said. In this post, it said, the man on the left is a pastor and he is celebrating his 82 years old birthday today, right? And he said, the brother on the right is a comedian and he just died at 62 today. What do you learn from this? And according to this person, this is what you learn from this, right? This is what you learn from this. He said, use your life to serve God. Untimely death shall not be your portion in Jesus' name. So he's saying that because Mr. Ibu is not a pastor, that is why he died. Instead of the practical aspect of health, weight gain, you know, the need to lose weight, avoid having high blood pressure, and you know what I mean? Instead of focusing on that side, the person made it because serving God. That as if God decided to end, because if you bring God to it, you're basically saying that God decided to end Mr. Ibu's life because he is not a pastor. Then you ask yourself, what about Bishop Idahosa? Bishop Idahosa died at the age of 59. Ibu died at 62. Few years older than Idahosa. So what will you say about that? What about the Adeboye himself? The Adeboye that this person is using to make the post. Adeboye's son died at the age of 42. 20 years younger than Mr. Ibu. And Adeboye's son was a pastor. There are a lot of stories like that. You see, this is why some people make church matter tire people. Because they come up with the most ridiculous thing. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I was really triggered to make this video because the ignorance, we don't know if it will ever end, but we can always address such ignorance when we hear people speak about it. Another thing, like when I shared my story about my experience, I said I was in hospital. The next minute, you know, I called it a transition, right? And I said I could see my late sisters and all of that. And when I shared that, so people are coming and even leaving comments and say, now you will no longer talk about pastors. And I thought to myself, did it not occur to some people that maybe I'm actually going to double down and do more than I've done before after my experience? Has it actually occurred to some people? Speaking about Mr. Ibu and his life ending, when people sit down and see it as an opportunity to make fun of him, it's possible that Mr. Ibu is in a very beautiful place right now. Like I said, he had the opportunity to make peace with his God because his health was going like that towards the end. You know, it's we as humans. We are always going to be humans, and we cry when people lose their lives, and we feel sad and all of that. But what I saw from the transition that I explained, it was like that. At that moment, I had no worries, no fear, no pain, nothing. Everything was beautiful. You don't know right now where Mr. Ibu is. Like I explained in my story, no pain, no fear, nothing negative. Everything was beautiful and everything was like amazing. It is the humans behind that will be worrying and crying for Ibu. It's possible that Ibu is in a beautiful place right now. While you're making fun of him, you don't even know your own story. You don't know what your end is going to be or when it's going to be. It's just sad to see that people will sit down and use religion as an excuse to be insensitive. I think that's the word, insensitive. It's quite unfortunate. I understand the aspect of wanting to reach out to others and speak. For example, us that have platforms, use our platform to address topics and reach out to people and advise people and all of that. But at the same time, let's not remember, this life is an individual journey. It's an individual journey. Mr. Ibu has come and gone. Where are you and where are you going? I'll say it again. Where are you and where are you going? So before you spend all the time to make fun of Mr. Ibu, spare some of your time to reevaluate your life, reflect on your life, and make sure that your life is on the right path. That when the end comes, that the end meets you at the right. I have always been that person that when people die, there are some things I don't say because I'm conscious of the fact that they have come and gone. You know, I have my own life to, you know, to live. And, you know, for those that are questioning me up and that, if you notice, I don't have the time. Oh, I'm telling you guys, that experience changed me in a lot of ways. And if I tell you in ways that it has affected me, that I sat down and I, like I said, questioned myself and say, have I actually lived? If I say that it messed with my head, that messed with my head is an understatement. It messed my head in a lot of ways that are, if I tell you guys that I'm still going through it, if I can put it that way, because it made me question a lot of things. It made me, one minute it made me reflect and reevaluate. Another time I'm a bit confused, if I can use that word, confused about life in some ways, and whereby I don't even know how to phrase it. Maybe I'll find another time to explain properly. But I will tell you guys that it has messed in my head in some ways. And sometimes I just look at some things now and I just smile. Let me actually clarify another thing is I've since then decided not to be spending too much time on social media. When I say too much time, it doesn't mean I can't watch one or two contents here and there or whatever. But I've become even more strict about what I waste my time watching on social media, especially when they are meaningless. They serve no purpose, right? They don't enrich my life. Things that consume my time, or they take up so much of my time and doesn't give me anything back in return. Do you know what I mean? Things like that. And even let me actually say this as well. Another thing that I used to do a lot, I've cut back in a lot of things. I stayed for like a while without the internet. Oh, sorry, social media. I took away time from social media for a while. And I just wanted to, a lot of the real life than social media thing. I'm just trying to be healthier. Not that I wasn't healthy before, but like I said, healthier than I was before when it comes to my consumption and my time on social media. And I really pray that you guys would understand and, would understand this is something I'm trying to do for me. So that's all I really wanted to say about this Mr. Ibu and what's it called now and how I feel about people making fun of him. I'll say it again. Ibu is gone. Where are you now? And where are you heading? You know, try and think about that. I'll end this one here. As always, whatever your opinions are about it, please leave them in the comment section below. With that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.